A viewer named Marcus left a comment 2 weeks ago that got more replies than anything we have posted this year. He said, "Bought a brand new 2023 Silverado. Dealer delivery guy was still showing me the features when I told him I was going to disable the auto start-stop the second I got home. The look on his face was priceless. Marcus, you are not alone, and you are not wrong. Today, we are talking about the single most universally hated feature in the modern truck industry. The feature that owners disable within the first week of ownership at a rate that no manufacturer wants to publish. The feature that your dealership will tell you is a fuel-saving innovation while quietly knowing what it actually does to your engine over time. We are talking about auto start-stop technology, and we are going to show you exactly why the smartest truck owners in America are removing it, defeating it, and in some cases paying good money to make sure it never activates again. Let us start with what auto start-stop actually is and why it exists. The system is exactly what it sounds like. Every time your truck comes to a complete stop at a red light, a stop sign, or in traffic, the engine shuts off automatically. The moment you release the brake, it restarts. The stated purpose is fuel economy. By eliminating idle time, the EPA gets to count those saved seconds of fuel consumption when calculating your truck's official miles per gallon rating. That rating goes on the window sticker. That window sticker affects the manufacturer's fleet average. That fleet average determines whether the manufacturer faces federal fines under CAFE standards. In other words, auto start-stop exists primarily to help automakers pass a government test, not to help you. Here is what they do not put on the window sticker. A conventional engine starter motor is designed and tested for a specific number of start cycles over the life of the vehicle. In a traditional vehicle, that number is somewhere between 50,000 and 75,000 starts over the lifetime of the engine. That sounds like a lot. But when auto start-stop is active in normal urban driving conditions, your engine can restart between 500 and 1,500 times per day, depending on traffic. Run the math. A system that was engineered for 50,000 lifetime starts is now being asked to perform that many cycles in a matter of months rather than years. The starter motor is not the only component taking the hit. Every time your engine shuts off and restarts, there is a brief moment before oil pressure fully rebuilds throughout the system. The oil film that protects your bearings, your camshaft, and your cylinder walls from metal-to-metal contact is momentarily compromised during that restart event. Engine engineers call this boundary lubrication. It is the leading cause of accelerated wear in start-stop equipped engines, and it happens every single time the system cycles. In stop-and-go city traffic, it can happen dozens of times in a single commute. Manufacturers know this. That is why trucks and SUVs equipped with auto start-stop systems require specific upgraded components that standard vehicles do not. They require absorbent glass mat batteries, known as AGM batteries, instead of conventional flooded lead-acid batteries. AGM batteries can handle the additional cycling demands of start-stop systems. They cost 2 to 3 times more than a standard battery and need replacement more frequently under start-stop conditions. They require upgraded starter motors with reinforced brushes and contact points. Some manufacturers install a separate electric auxiliary pump to maintain oil pressure during shutdown events, specifically to address the lubrication problem we just described. These are not the components of a system that engineers are confident about. These are the components of a system that engineers know is hard on your vehicle and had to design around. The real-world reliability data is starting to come in, and it is not flattering. Owner forums for the 2019 through 2023 Silverado F-150 and Ram 1500 are full of reports of premature starter failures, AGM battery failures before 60,000 miles, and in some documented cases, accelerated cam phaser wear. The mechanics directly attribute to the repeated cold start lubrication events caused by start-stop cycling. These are not isolated complaints. Search any major truck forum, and you will find pages of owners describing the same pattern. The system cycles. The components wear faster. The dealership replaces them under warranty if you catch it in time. After the warranty expires, you pay. And about that warranty, here is the part that should make every new truck owner stop and think carefully. Many manufacturers specify in their warranty documentation that the use of aftermarket auto start-stop defeat devices or permanent disabling of the system may affect warranty coverage on related components. Read that carefully. They built a system they know causes accelerated wear. They made it difficult to permanently disable through the normal interface. And they wrote language that potentially protects them if the components it damages fail after the warranty period. That is a level of corporate engineering that deserves your full attention. So what are smart owners actually doing about it? There are several levels of response depending on how committed you are to protecting your investment. The first and simplest level is the button. Most modern trucks have an auto start-stop disable button on the center console. Press it, and the system will not activate during that drive cycle. The problem is that on virtually every major truck platform, including the current F-150, Silverado, and Ram 1500, that setting does not save between ignition cycles. Every time you start the truck, the system defaults back to active. You have to press the button again, every single time. This is not an accident. This is a deliberate design decision. The second level is a plug-and-play module. The aftermarket has responded to owner demand with small electronic modules that plug into the OBD2 port or into the specific sensor harness that triggers the start-stop system. These modules cost between $30 and $80, and they make the truck believe the conditions for start-stop activation are never met. They are technically reversible. They are the most popular solution for owners who want reliability without voiding any documentation. The third level is the complete system disable. On some platforms, a skilled mechanic can reroute or modify the hood latch sensor, the brake pressure sensor input, or the battery monitoring circuit that the start-stop system relies on. This is a permanent solution. It requires more technical knowledge, and it definitively removes the system from operation. Owners who go this route typically report immediate improvement in the feel of the truck at stops. Elimination of the restart shudder that many drivers find deeply unpleasant, and long-term peace of mind about starter and battery longevity. The fuel savings argument does not survive honest scrutiny. Independent testing by automotive journalists and engineering outlets has repeatedly shown that the real-world fuel economy benefit of auto start-stop in typical driving conditions is between 2 and 5%. On a truck getting 18 miles per gallon, that translates to roughly 1/3 of 1 gallon saved per tank in mixed driving. The cost of a single AGM battery replacement that the system accelerates the need for will wipe out years of that fuel savings in a single service visit. You bought the truck. You are making the payments. You are paying the insurance. You are responsible for the maintenance. The decision about how many times per day your starter motorcycles should belong to you, not to an EPA calculation methodology that exists to help a corporation avoid federal fines. Smart owners figured this out quickly. The question is, how many starter motors and AGM batteries the rest of the market is going to burn through before the rest of the world catches up? Have you disabled your auto start-stop system? What method did you use, and what difference did you notice? Drop it in the comments. If you believe your truck should work for you and not for a government fuel economy test, hit subscribe. We will see you in the next one.